Hey everybody, this is John. Welcome to the free video. I'm back from a week off where I was in Santa Barbara and Puerto Rico. Had some interesting experiences checking out Act 60 in Puerto Rico. I'll update more about that, but it was pretty fascinating. If you guys aren't familiar with that, it is basically if you move to Puerto Rico, you got to stay there for at least 6 months. There's a ton of tax breaks. You can trade, with no capital gains, all that kind of fun stuff. And my two youngest kids would be fine with it. My oldest would kill me if I said we're moving to Puerto Rico. So I have to offset the potential tax savings with really upsetting my oldest son. But anyway, it was fascinating to go and take a look at it, but no plans to do anything as of yet. So here we are taking a look at the markets. I'm going to look at Amazon and Tesla first. They're kind of my favorite go-to stocks. So on a weekly chart, we do have a squeeze on Amazon. And of course, we went from plus 3 ATR to minus 1 ATR. And we're kind of hanging out at the mean today, and it's down, 2.5%. Daily chart, notice here we're at minus 2 ATR. And typically what happens in an uptrending market, if you get close to 2 ATR, maybe you're going to hit 3 ATR, but from there, the chances are very, very high that you're going to revert back to the mean, which is the 21 EMA, right? You go, oh my gosh, back to the mean, and then of course, back to the mean, and then there's earnings. Well, on the downside, it's the same thing. At minus 2 ATR, you go back to the mean, okay? Minus 2 ATR back to the mean, and then that becomes, as this slopes down and as this slopes down, that becomes the path of the downtrend, right? So we do have a weekly squeeze, we do have a daily squeeze, and at this point, Amazon is in a downtrend, and it will continue to be as long as bonds and notes continue to work lower. So if we look at notes, so the idea with this is that, as notes bonds are falling, that means interest rates are going up. And one of the reasons that the FANG stocks have been assigned such high valuations in a low interest rate environment is because they're attractive in that they don't have debt and they have exponential margins and earnings and all that kind of stuff too. And so they've been assigned a higher valuation in a low interest environment. If that environment changes and interest rates are going up again, guess what? The valuations assigned to the FANG stocks are dialed back in, and then the stocks fall, meaning that the funds that are allocating this, they dump it, right? So if you're looking at Amazon and Apple and Microsoft and Facebook, you're like, man, should I buy the dip? You don't look at the NASDAQ, okay? It's not going to help you. Look at notes or bonds. If they're heading lower, okay, FANG stocks are going to follow them. Now, I just talked about reversions to the mean. It happens in bonds too. I do fully expect that we're going to get a reversion to the mean. That dead cat bounce in bonds will be playable in Amazon, in Facebook, et cetera, et cetera. All right, so that's a huge correlation that's happening right now. Now, are there stocks out there that are going to do their own thing? I do think Tesla's in its own world here. You have a weekly squeeze that's fired long. On the daily chart, we've got a squeeze. And yes, the stock was down today, but of course, relative strength in comparison to the NASDAQ was great. So we're here at plus 1 ATR. A beautiful entry would be the mean. I don't think we're going to get there. Plus 1 ATR when Tesla's going is kind of where it's at. For me, at this point, I'm just looking for, could we retest and probably ping $800 this week. So I like that as a long trade. And then for the NASDAQ, or just the indexes in general, keep in mind that we are too extended to short here. Okay, we're down here minus 2, almost minus 3 ATR. Yes, we could keep falling from here, but likely what happens in a situation like this, especially since we're testing the mean on the weekly chart, is we get a bounce. Potentially back to plus 1 ATR on the weekly, which is similar to here. And then from there, we roll over and die. So I don't think that we're out of the woods. I do not think that we bottom here and rally. I think we are in a situation where we downtrend through much of October, and then that will afford us the opportunity to some longer term buys. I've mentioned that one stock I want to get on a longer term buy is Facebook. I think Facebook's going to get destroyed we got a situation where bonds are going down. That's bad for FANG stocks. We're in that time of year, late September, October, where the markets are weak anyway, and there's a lot of bad news around Facebook. I hope this thing gets destroyed down to -3 ATR on the weekly, and that's where I would buy the stock and hold for 10 years. So I don't think this stock, any bad news on the stock is a long-term buying opportunity. I think though that, $300, closer to $300 is where we're at there. Okay, that's what I got. You guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you at the next update.
Hey, John here with Simpler Trading. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, comment down below and let us know what topic you want to see us cover next. Also, be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon so you can get notified when we release new videos. And if you want to watch us trade in real time using our own money, go to simplertrading.com and learn how to sign up. Good trading, and we'll see you next time.